Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with another fun tutorial. Today we're going to be making some over-the-page bookmarks with a pocket on one side and a side tuck on the other side. So let me show you what I did off camera. So this is my first one, which is for the Winter Wonder Journal number 2. So it's got a pocket on one side, a deep pocket, a journal card in there. This is a vellum pocket, so we can see that beautiful image, that beautiful fairy, winter fairy there, on the inside rather. Pardon me. Oh my goodness! I think this kit, these papers I had printed on a lighter paper, so that's why they're not going in as easily as my other paper. And I have some punches that do that, that have 3 sizes, so I just made a little flower there. And on the other side we have a side tuck that goes all the way up to our hinged piece of paper. So this piece of paper is folded in half, and that's what allows us to open this up, which I'll show you in a second. We've got a journal card there, and again printed on vellum. And this says, "Love is the whole thing, we are only pieces." So people keep asking me where I got this digital. Unfortunately, the shop that I got it from is closed. So I don't know what to tell you guys. But anyway, this is our magnetic bookmark. Boom. Can you hear that? Boom. So we've got that one, and then we've got another one here. This is for the B.Reborn journal. It's a little bit narrower. Let me give you the dimensions on this one I just showed you. This one measures 3 inches by 7 inches. This one is a little bit narrower, and I decided I wanted something a little bit wider. So this one is 2.5 by a 7-ish. And then our third one is, I believe, also for the B.Reborn journal, and it's got the pocket on the front and a little pocket. I wanted to use this little label, and so we've got a little pocket there as well. And same thing, so the pocket is is a vellum print, so we can see through it, which is always awesome. I probably could have gone a little narrower with this because I'm having trouble getting them back inside. Oh my goodness, I'm probably going to have to trim that down. That's problematic. And then we've got a side tuck with 2 pieces of ephemera, and again vellum, so we're see-through. 2 pieces of paper. This is from a new kit from Chapter 1 Papers for me, and I will link it. So, and we've got this is some lace that I have. Isn't that a beautiful little gold rose? So I thought that was a perfect embellishment there. So I did forget to reach for my clear tape, so let me do that really quick before we get started with the actual creating, and I'll explain that in a moment, because we're going to be using some magnets. I have my eyelet setter for my whale tail tabs and a little bit of an eyelet accent, quarter rounder, circle punch, archival ink, vintage photo archival ink, my Fabri-Tac, and my white glue, which is my Bearly Arts, and then a bone folder. So let's get going. Let's do this one first. We're going to do 2 today, and they're both, since I did so many off camera, I thought we would do 2 for my garden story journal. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to name the journal, but I'm using the kits from Rach and Bella Crafts and Angela Kerr Designs. It's the collaboration hashtag jigsaw journal, I believe. Off the top of my head, I'm just saying that. So these are some extra ephemera pieces. I'm not sure if we're going to need those or what we'll use them for. So I've got everything here to decorate, to put tabs on, and whatnot. We've got a journal tag for the pocket and such. So let's go ahead and talk about the assembly here first. What you want to do is decide on the width of your tag, and so this one I'll leave it a little bit wider. I believe I went 3 1/4 with this one, just to play around with the measurements. And they are also, I believe, 7.5 inches tall. Yes, 7.5. And then I wanted to make this cap piece, or this hinge piece, be a little bit longer or here, so that my magnet can come down farther, which is going to help with the stability of what the magnet is supposed to do, which is to hold this over the top of a page. So that's what I decided to do different from my prototypes. So I've got 2 pieces of paper. They're both from the same digital. I guess I cut the middle out. So you can use what you have, or you can use these beautiful kits. They are on sale in Rach and Bella Crafts shop and Angela Kerr Designs. I've already pre-cut my side pocket and pre-cut my my side tuck rather, and pre-cut my pocket. And so we'll put some thumb notches in those in a second. Let me grab a piece of scrap paper, because my circle punch will not cut through vellum without tearing it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and put my thumb notch in both of these in the side tuck, which will be going in the middle of this, and then in my pocket going in the middle of that. So I will be right back when that is done. Okay, just finishing up here. We will need to re-ink some things because we're going to round some corners, but I thought we'd get the initial inking out of the way. So I'm just going to move that piece of scrap paper, and what I like to do is start with my hinge, or my paper clip, or my paper clips, oh my goodness, my magnets first. So what I did is I just sandwiched these together. So you want obviously the image on the outside, and you have to be cognizant that a good chunk of this is going to be covered up by your hinge. Now you could make your hinge narrower, but again, I'm looking for a little bit of a stronger hold for my over the page bookmark. So I'm going to go ahead and slip a paper clip on either side of this just to hold it in place, hoping that I'll remember how I did those magnets, because I've got an old brain. So let's see. So I got these from Amazon, so I will try to remember to link those as well. If at any time I forget, you can always reach out to me and ask. I don't mind at all. These are strong little magnets. Get that out of the way. Okay, so I'm just going to pull one off, or 2 off, set this one here so it's out of my way. And so I want them to go on the printed side of the bookmark on each side. So I'm going to put the first one in place here. Okay. And I'm just going to attach a little bit. I'm going to put it on with a little bit of glue, and I'm going to bring this over so I can see how far down I can go for my magnet, and I'm liking that a lot better than my prototypes. Oops, just got glue all over my finger. The glue is not that important because I'm going to put tape right over it as well, but I'm just going to drop that right there, and I'm going to see if I've got it even moderately in the center. That looks to be better. I don't want it too low, because then it will the paper will tend to like buckle there, because it can't go around that magnet as well. So I'm going to grab my clear tape, and I'm going to put a piece of tape over that. And you do want to allow for enough room under your magnet for the tape that's going to hang on the under here. So, and then I'm just using my fingernail to go around that. Okay. Like so, and let's just, oh, that's perfect. Okay, and now we're going to turn this over. I don't need any glue this time, because I'm just going to go boom. There you are. There's your home. There's your forever home. Don't be sad. That's your forever home right there. Put a little bit of tape over that in the same fashion. Use my fingernail around it. Okay, boom. That's it. That's all she wrote. Okay, so now we're going to put our hinge on. So you want to decide which side you want where. I really don't want, debating on this, what I want on this side. I think I decided on that, but I'm not sure. Actually, I like that. Does not really matter, guys. So I do want to round the corners on the top corners of this, not the open side, but the top. So I'm going to use my corner rounder. I'm using the 4mm. Did I use, yeah, I'm going to use the 7mm, sorry. And I'll round the tops, the corners of that as well. Forgot. Okay. So let's see if we can do that while these should be able to do this while these are together. Boom. And boom. Okay. Give that a little bit of ink. Okay, just re-ink those little spots as well. Awesome. Okay. Get this stuff out of the way. Okay, what did I decide? What did I decide? Yeah, I think I wanted that there. I am covering up part of that bird, but it was just the way the digital, sorry about that focus, the digital is designed. So I'm still looking for a new webcam. So yeah, still in the works. Okay, so I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac because that allows me a little bit more room to fuss with the placement here. So I'm just going to put a bunch of glue on here. Okay, let's get that back on there, and then we're going to really force it down onto that top. So I'm going to set this down and I'm just going to really push this, okay, so that I can get that butted up as best I can to that edge of the pieces underneath in the middle of this, rather. Okay, we've got enough space that I'm not getting any buckling there under the magnet, which is a bonus. Okay, now we're going to open it up and we're going to look and see how well we did with lining this up. Well, not too bad. It's not bad to have a gap there, so I'm going to go ahead and be okay with that gap. I'm going to just rub off that little bit of glue though. So the beauty of this is you have, not only you're going to have pockets on the front and back, but you have all this writing space. So it's epic. This is epic, which is why I made so many. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do the pockets. So let me think about which one I want to have the pocket and which one I want to have the belly band or the side tuck. I think I want the pocket over here. So I'm going to use my Barely Arts glue and glue this on 3 sides, here, here, and here. You do want to be as narrow with this as possible. Doesn't take a lot of glue. Oh man, that was a lot. Goodness gracious. That's okay. That's okay. And I'm going to concentrate on the bottom first and just get that in place, and then I can fudge the rest of it. So just slide that over. Okay, and then I'm just going to press. I'm going to try to press out so that any excess glue goes to the outside rather than the inside. I don't know if I will be successful, but I will try. Okay, a little bit crooked, but that's okay. So I can see we've got a little bit of an overhang here, but does not bother me. All right, as I clip it off. There we go. So there is our pocket. We're not going to put anything in it right now. Give that a chance to dry. And then our side tuck is going to go here. And again, it's going to butt up right up to that edge. I tried one where I did it lower and it looked weird. So yeah. So we're going to glue this. So on this one, I'm focusing on the top edge and this little corner over here, because that's, if we get that straight, everything else will be copacetic. So there we go. Beautiful. Easy peasy. Okay, so there's our side tuck. Isn't that so cool? I think it's so cool. And I love the vellum because then sometimes when you're creating digitals or creating things from digitals, you don't want to cover up the beautiful paper, and using vellum as an overlay, as a layer on a pocket and such can, or even on a whole page, you can save the view of your digital. So there we go. So we want to wait on this stuff for the moment so we can make it, right? I do want to cut this one down a little bit. It's going to go in the side tuck. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's just popping up here. A little bit of warping from the glue, so that's okay. So I'm going to trim this just a smidge because I don't want it to hang over too much. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it the safe way and reach over here to my cutter. Just takes a minute. And I think I want to round the corners on this. Okay. These are backed with the background paper from the Beautiful Birds kit from Ruby and Pearl. I've been using it a lot. I really like it, so I'm going to continue. So we're going to put a little tab on here, a whale tail tab. So I've got this one, which I think would be pretty on this card. So I'm going to just go ahead and ink that up and glue it on as well. Perfect. Didn't grab my eyelets. Let me do that really quick. Whoops. Oh, everything's... I got too near my magnets. I'm going to move those really quick. That was too funny. It was like, whew. Oh my word. I am easily entertained, apparently. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a little hole here. Okay. Hope you guys are doing okay. Tell you, I'm sure looking forward to spring break. It's coming up. I am exhausted. I'm not sleeping, as I mentioned in another video. And part of that is I have this it's just old stuff, and during this season I tended to not want to sleep because it was safer to stay awake. It felt safer to stay awake. So, oh no, we're tight in here. Oh, and that just moved. Be careful. So, this is not fitting. I did not check. It probably is going to be okay. It's just the glue is not dry yet. So I'm going to actually slide my metal ruler in there. This is something that I like to do you don't want to do it right away because you'll open up your edge right away, and you don't want to do that. But once it starts drying, you can kind of get your ruler in there or something in there and kind of open up the landscape of that pocket. So we're going to do that, and then let me grab, here's a piece. We can use this piece right here. Just be careful with Fabri-Tac because this was actually still wet and it moved while I was trying to stick it in the pocket. So you do want to kind of keep an eye on that in case that happens so you can fix it. Okay, I'm just going to put a piece of seam binding on here. Love seam binding, and I'm just going to gently pull because again that's not completely dry. Tie my little bow. Okay, let's see, this one a little bit bigger. Sorry if I was off the camera there. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so that's going to go in that little pocket. So we're going to set that over there. And then on this side, oh, and we'll put something on this, on the front of this. So I think I want to just use these circles because I think they're really pretty. But I'm now debating if I want a little piece of scrap paper to put a little strip behind it. So let me reach behind me and grab something here. Didn't plan this very well. Oh yeah, right here, because this is a piece of the paper, which I think would be really cool. So I'm going to cut just a slice of this off, and I'm going to do it twice so that I have one on each side. It's just a nice way to accent, you know, a piece of ephemera that you're putting on top. Like that one's not very bold though, is it? It's not very bold. Let me cut another darker piece. Two darker pieces. The other ones are really light. There we go. It's okay. Alrighty. Yeah, much better. So I'm going to go ahead and just put it there just so I can mark it. I cut the excess off. Like that. Doing simple embellishing today, guys. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm having to fudge some things. Just wanted to get another video up. as I'm not ahead I'm slightly ahead, but not as ahead as I usually am. So I'm going to put this about right there, and I'm just going to use my white glue. Boy, I'm just really leaning back. I'm so sorry, guys. My husband needs to fix my old camera, my little arm that comes over, because it's so stiff. It's really hard for me to bring it closer to the table. Okay, so there we go. Boom. Awesome possum. So let's go ahead and use this one. We're just going to put it right there. Call it good. I'm using the Fabri-Tac just so I can move it if I need to. Such a so beautiful images in both of the kits, you guys. They're absolutely stunning. That is perfect. Okay, so that is that side, so let's turn her over, and this tag is going to go in here. I'm hoping that it will fit. It looks like I probably have to trim it just a smidge on both sides, so let me do that really quick. Shouldn't have to even affect the, oh, we do have to, oh, I did already trim it down. I was debating on if that was too high, but I think it's going to be okay. So let me ink this up, and we'll put a whale tail tab on the top, but we're not going to put an eyelet because it's too, it makes too much bulk there, so, because the book would be closing on top of it, and that's really, really tricky. Really tricky. Okay. Need to change my sponge again. Boy, oh boy. Okay. So, we got another tab here. I'm going to try to move this camera because I realize I am way off here. It's not close enough to me. There we go. I like to not have it go, you know, like right there. It's showing my legs, so a little bit persnickety about that. Okay. Oh boy. We will do one more on camera. But you'll be able to see all of them that I made. I'll photograph all of them and put them in the video description box, or not in the video, at the end of the video. Oh my goodness. I'm going to use the white glue this time just to avoid that that movement, because the white glue sets faster than Fabri-Tac. So let's put it, that's upside down, so we'll put it this way. I'm just going to pop that on top. I might do one of those little flowers. In fact, let's just do that. Let me grab that punch. I'm just going to grab the large one and just do just one layer. But what do we want to do it with? Let's see. Shall we just do it with the paper that we were just using, this paper? Why not? Oh, that's pretty. Doesn't have to be too fancy, guys. Simple embellishment. There we go. I think I'll put a brad through that. That would be fun. Give it a little bit of flair. I think I'll use a gold one. I don't usually use gold. I'm a gold girl though. I don't like silver jewelry. I like gold jewelry. But that's just that's what I've had for so long that I just never have had silver. So I'm just gonna get my pokey tool out and my little foam. And I'm just gonna poke a hole right there in the center. You could do this with the whole layer too. I just am not feeling that right now. I'm just going to keep this nice and simple. Come on. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Still, oh my goodness gracious. Just, you can holler at me anytime. It's okay. Okay, there we go. We want to hide those legs though. Similar to mine. I want to hide them. Oh, you know what? I don't like that. It's too big, so I will come back to that. I might add something. I won't throw that out. I'll save it, but I'm not feeling that right now. So I'd like to put something there, but I'm not sure what. So this is going to go in here. Oh, it's perfect fit. Perfect fit, and she just sits right there, peeking out of that pocket. And then on this side, our little tag is going to go in, our little journal card. It's going to slide in there like that. I like it sticking out just a bit. And then let's go ahead and do the same over here with this pocket, but we'll kind of come up here and put a little layering, get a little layering in there. Oh, it's already cut. Did I not do the other side? Oh, I picked a different one, didn't I? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. And I'm just going to bring it up about right there, just for some interest. And we're going to put these boots on. Oh, isn't that so adorable? Oh my gosh, so adorable. And we are ready to move on to the second one. So sweet, so sweet. There we go. That is our over the page bookmark. So the idea of this is it can be moved through the journal. So like as you're working in the journal, it can be put on that page to keep track of where you're at or whatever else you might be thinking. So this one we've got a couple different embellishments. We've got some of the fussy kit cuts from the kits, and then different whale tail tabs and different digital. So I printed the pocket material on the vellum again, but this digital, which it's all this greenery, looks like herbs. And then I picked this digital. So this was a whole page like this, and I cut out the middle and used what I wanted. So it's going to go front to back. And I think I want this one to be the pocket side, but we're going to do the same exact, oh, you know what, we probably should, let me take a moment and ink these up just to stay in line with my process. I'll cut the, punch the hole, the tab, the thumb notches, and I'll be right back. Okay, just about done. So I don't know if you guys already know, but I've been struggling with my my computer dumping my videos. I have a Mac Mini, which is an excellent computer, but it has its limitations. And so so what I did there is I just stopped the video and started a new one. Because of the Mac Mini, I can't pause my webcam, which is really frustrating. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do about that. But I'm trying to avoid the shutdown, the dumping. Okay, so now we're ready for the next step. So again, we're going to get our paper clips and just get that secure. The other one got captured by the magnets. There we go. And there we go. So we're going to go ahead and get one of our, where did our extra magnets go? I had two more over here. Did they? Oh, I bet they got stuck too. I bet they got stuck on all this mess. Everything's sticking. Boom. Okay. Let's get two more of those. Who knows where they are? I don't know where they went. And put those way out of the way. So again, I'm going to use a little bit of glue, and I'm going to see, yeah, which side is which. So we want this side down. Again, just using that for just an initial hold. And I know that my little hinge piece is big enough for me to kind of go down here with it without having too much difficulty. So I'm going to grab a piece of tape again and just secure that. Okay, and then we're going to turn her over. Let this find its home. Boom. Doesn't seem like that's in the same place. I guess it is though. There we go. It's not in the middle. I guess I'm not as good at that as I thought. Goodness. There we go. Okay, now we can put our hinge on. I do want to round the corners. I want to round just the top corners again. So I'm going to use the 7mm corner punch. Come on. You've done hard things before. You can do this. we go. Okay, so which one do we want on the front? That one kind of looks weird. It doesn't, it kind of looks upside down, doesn't it? Not really loving that, but I'm not going to redo it. So I think I do want it this way. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac again, just for the purpose of, you know, maneuverability, because this is going to allow us to really secure this as tight to that edge as possible. And it's important because otherwise it's not going to be as good of a hinge. So you could use fabric too as your hinge, but I just wasn't feeling that this time around. So I'm just going to place that on there, and I'm going to, oh, we got a round. I didn't round those other corners, doggone it, of the actual base. So I'm going to just push that as tight as I can and be happy with that. Okay, got a little bit of a bubble there. It's a little bit closer to that edge, I think, than the other one, but it's going to be fine. So I'm going to get my fussy cut scissors to just trim that. I don't want to try the corner rounder. Just do it by hand, hopefully. There we go. Boom. Easy peasy. Okay, we're not going to open that though, because I don't want to mess with it. I mean, we can peek at it, right? Let's peek at it. It's got a good secure hold. So I feel like that gap is okay. Not too much. Great writing space again. So let's go ahead and glue this pocket on. Did I want that one there or here? I think I want this one on this side. Oh, I didn't make it narrow enough. I'm going to trim that edge off. I want it a little bit narrower. Pardon me. Not a problem. Easily fixed. Okay. I'm just going to glue both of these pockets on, and I'll be right back. My gluing skills leave something to be desired today, but we're just going to roll with it. And again, I'm just paying notice to the corner here, because if I get that corner right, everything else is going to line up if I did my measurements correct. So there we go, and pushing out, so hopefully any excess glue will go to the outside. Okay, that looks amazing. Amazing. Okay. So that is that. So the tag, there wasn't a lot of tall tags in the Rach and Bella side of the Rach and Bella kit. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to put a journal card on top of it. And I'm trying to decide, I don't really want that one. I think it's too contrasty, but I think I'll do this one. So I'm going to just ink that up, and then we're going to adjust the height of that tag, because I would have preferred to have larger tags in her kit. Now, I haven't checked out all the freebies, you guys. There are a lot of freebies that are offered from these ladies, so let's see if that's too wide. Yeah, so I'm going to trim this off just a bit. There we go. Hopefully that's not going to now be too big. Oh, perfect. Let me ink this up. This is going to be our tag in the pocket. Her collage papers would be gorgeous to be cut down in tags. I just didn't have any more of those printed. I have not printed the whole kit at this point. So I think that I want to put a strip of paper down the middle of this. So let me find something. It's just feeling right to me. So let me see what I can find over here that would go with it. Because it doesn't need to be, like, this would be okay, because it's got a little bit of that image in it. I don't want it to be very wide, and I'm going to cut off the flowers, so give me a moment. just a little bit of an accent on top of this. I think is nice, just to kind of separate things a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and just mark that so I can trim that off. And we will be just about done. Just about done. We'll finish putting some stuff in these pockets and put on a bit of ephemera on each side of this, and then I'll bid you farewell. I'll bid you farewell, maiden. Okay, so let's get that on. Oh, that's pretty. Let's do that. Love it. Okay, let's just get that on there. Just aiming for the center. I'm not too concerned about perfection. Okay, there we go. Awesome. That's really pretty. It almost looks like vellum with those pieces peeking through, like the image is peeking out there. So that is beautiful. So let's get our little card on there just to decorate this tag up a little bit. I love Rach and Bella's collage papers. They are always just over the top, super versatile, so I love them. So I'm going to go kind of, oh, I maybe should go to the middle. I don't want to go too low and be weird, so there we go. Beautiful. Okay. And so then our back of our tag is nice and ready to be written on. I'm being ginger with where my fingers are touching on the back side. There we go. Okay, boom. So that's going to go in that pocket. It's a little bit shorter than the other one. That's okay. Let's put a tab on the top. I'm going to finish putting the eyelets and stuff on these, on this off camera. You guys don't need to see me do that again and again. It's kind of boring. Okay, let's get this baby on. I was going to say mama. So I have to tell you something's really, really strange. One of the things that I'm struggling with. So I don't know if you guys know, some of you know that my youngest sister finally succeeded at taking her own life in July last year, 2 months after my mom died. And that's not even, oh goodness gracious, let's move that over. So it's taken her daughters a really long time to get her, she lived like in a mobile manufactured home, like an old one, and they just finished all the renovations and they just put it on the market. And for some reason I'm just really struggling with that. I just really struggle because it's like, you know, I mean, she took her life in that home, and I know that happens, you know, all over the world and in all kinds of places that we don't know, but it's very disturbing to me. I mean, I'm glad that it's settled. I'm glad it's settled for them, because it's been a nightmare for them to get all of her affairs in order. You know, people that take their life, they don't plan the other things. They're not in the mind frame to think about what they're leaving for their people. So it's really hard. I feel like we need something under this, so let me reach and see what else I might have that might work. I don't want to go too crazy though. Let's see. Just if I find something within reach, I'll grab it. Nope. Okay. I think I'm going to pause just because I don't want to rush, but I think I'm going to put like a circle under that so it's a little bit, it pops up a little bit more, and the same with the one on the other side. This is really small, so I'll figure out something to do. But you'll be able to see the pictures at the end of the video. I will also be putting on all my prototypes as well. No, I can't put it. Oh, thank you for remembering, Cara-Renee. You can't put an eyelet there because then you won't be able to flip it. Oh my goodness, I almost made a boo-boo, a big boo-boo. So just inking those corners, I recognize that they are sticking out. And then we'll put this in, and I'll figure out what other kinds of things need to go in the pocket, or in the side tuck here. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. Love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.